a lot of bees on it too. All right, so we're going to a little town right near the Mexican border called Bisbee. I can't see what you're showing though, but I hope it was cool.
It was cool.
And the reason we're going here is because a couple years ago I saw a mini YouTube documentary on this guy who removes Africanized bees nests from people's houses and stuff, and I just thought it was cool. And he's from Bisbee, and so that's why we're going to Bisbee. Okay, so a quick funny story about this little diner we went to in Bisbee. It was in this little retro RV resort place, and the lady who was in charge of it came up to us and asked us, "So, did you boys have fun last night?" And we had really no idea what she was talking about, but we nodded along and laughed. But then we noticed at every other table there were two men sitting together. Then we noticed the decor, and we realized what she probably meant by that question. We're in Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument, and absolutely everything is just covered in spikes. Alright, so we weren't supposed to stay at a motel tonight, but we are. We're in Yuma, Arizona. We were supposed to camp at the Sidewinder dispersed campsites, which is just kind of like on some dusty roads outside of Yuma. So we drove out there. The vibe was insanely weird. Both of us did not feel good about it. There was just something about the air was filled with smog or dust, and it just felt weird. And so we're driving down this road that is really difficult to drive on. It's soft sand that pulls your car left and right. And we see something out in the distance. I didn't even notice it for a long time. We keep getting closer and closer, and eventually we get probably 80 feet or so away from an RV with all of its lights off, and it's completely blocking this road. And Jordan, he's been scammed once on this trip. I guess his spidey senses went off more than me. I was like, no, we'll just try to go around it. But Jordan was like, no, you have to turn around. You have to turn around. So we turned around. I trusted his judgment. And, driving back, me and him both remembered all the videos that we've seen of people driving up to, like, blockades on the road, and then very, very bad things happening to them. So we decided that it would be better to just buy a cheap motel and not get our heads cut off and buried in the desert, or worse.
Back-to-back Yahtzees, Nick Big Road Trip lovers. Oh, my baby's gonna love me.
Where are we? We're in what's properly called Nyland, but is unofficially, I think, called Slab City. We just went to Salvation Mountain. The whole place stinks like you know what, like a pit toilet. So we're gonna drive through Slab City proper now on our way to the Salton Sea, which I think is what's causing the stench. I believe it's just a giant rotting, maybe what used to be a reservoir or a lake, but now it's just stinky. So we made it to San Diego, the exact opposite corner of the country, and a place where I lived with my good friend Eli in the end of 2018, I think, for like 4 months. And we had a grand old time. There was a cat that just like lived on the street. His name was Meatball. He was pretty cool. I worked at a place called Vaughn's, which is just like a grocery store. And also, it's kind of symbolic, I've made it to the other ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the opposite corner of the country, and additionally, today is day 32, which officially marks the halfway point of the trip. Hey, if you don't want to see a bunch of cool animal footage, you can just click away now, because we went to the San Diego Zoo, which is it's the sickest place ever. And I think the highlight was definitely this orangutan barrel roll.